for this DWI. It's a $6,000 fee. We will give you time to pay it. I give him 2 years. But
we did discuss, he makes a good salary.
now that thing right there is $500 a month that I've been eating, so you don't have to pay for it. So I don't know how your finances are, but an interlock is typically what I think people would be better served with doing a parenting class and just mindless,
I think that's very
dumbass work on the street. Forget about it. No, you're better served learning.
What you just saw were 3 financial bombshells that took this man's future apart, piece by piece. But this isn't just about the money. This is about a judge who sees a man with 5 children standing on the edge of a cliff, one more mistake away from a felony conviction that will shatter his family forever. The judge's strategy is brutal and unconventional. He knows this defendant has already been given 1 chance, and now he's out of warnings. His goal isn't just to punish, it's to build a cage of consequences so tight that this man has no choice but to walk the straight and narrow. But before he attacks his wallet, the judge starts with something far more powerful, a terrifying vision of the future.
Good morning, Mr. Cordova. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. It's a Class A misdemeanor. You're looking at up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Looks like they're going to reduce it to a first. You need to understand that it's still 2 on your record now. So after today, you ever get pulled over with the faintest smell of alcohol, dope, whatever it may be, what do you think's going to happen? What's going to happen? Not with me. From now on, you've now graduated to felony court. 2 and 2 make 3. A third DWI, you're looking at a 3rd-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And I'm going to tell you that you don't have to be falling down piss-ass drunk where you urinated and puke everywhere. Just the faintest smell of alcohol, they're going to look your record. They're going to assume if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, they're going to just rather take you off the street. They're not going to try to be cool and let you go. What happens if you kill a family of 5? That officer's career down the toilet. So, in an effort to make sure that doesn't happen, they're just going to take you off the street. And you thought now was bad. Wait till you get to felony court. All you have to do is don't get into a car, even if you've had a sip. 1 button on a phone, $30 will take you wherever you want to go in this life. No matter where you want to go. How much money have you spent? I want you to know that you are now skirting, by doing this probation here, the mandatory 5 days in jail that you would normally be having to do. But I want you to understand that I'm going to hold you to this probation. Shh. And if you fail to do what you're supposed to do, I'm telling you now, I'm going to lock you up. And if I find that you have a problem with dope, you have a problem with alcohol, I can and will most probably put you in a rehab facility in the jail. Do you understand? So no alcohol means no alcohol from any source, no matter how long, whether you're a month away from completing probation, whether you're 1 week. I can't tell you how many times people get back here because they say, oh man, I've got a month left on probation. I've got 2 weeks. They're not going to do anything. Boom, you get tested on the last week of probation. So get ready. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take this off. You understand? This is what you want to do. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty and I'm going to sentence you to 180 days in jail. I will probate that for 12 months. As part of the probation for you to successfully complete it, you must do a repeat offender DWI education class. You must do 1 victim impact panel, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what are the conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill that. It could be intensive outpatient treatment. It could be supportive outpatient treatment. It may be something else. If they assess something further, you must complete it. No drugs, alcohol, random urinalysis, guardian interlock, no breath test refusal. If you were pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation.
Wait, stop. Notice how the defendant barely speaks. He just stands there and takes it because he has absolutely no power in this room. The judge just laid out the blueprint for a new life, and it's a prison outside of prison walls, a guardian interlock on his car, random drug and alcohol tests, a victim impact panel to confront the human cost of his actions, and the constant threat of jail time for a single slip-up. This isn't just a sentence, it's a complete reprogramming. The judge is using every tool at his disposal to dismantle the defendant's old life and force a new one into place. Just when it seems the worst of the warnings are over, the hearing takes a sharp turn. The real battle begins, and it's not about jail, it's about cold, hard cash.
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Cordova has a scram, and he'd like to keep that because he has hired a driver. We know it's a first DWI, but DPS, sometimes they may come back and do a hard suspension or 90-day, and we don't want any missteps. So he's okay with that if the court is.
Problem is, I've been paying it for you now. I can't pay for it anymore. You're going to be responsible for this thing on your own now. That thing right there is $500 a month that I've been eating, so you don't have to pay for it. So I don't know how your finances are, but an interlock is typically, what, $100 a month? I don't know, but it's at least double, if not more, than what an interlock costs.
Can you afford that?
That's fine. I can't pay for it. I don't, while he's on probation, I can't pay for things.
And that's just my concern. If he gets the breathalyzer, he's not driving, then it's going to be a violation because he's not driving.
We do portable devices.
We tried that, Judge. I don't trust those. I've had a lot of, I think he feels the same.
No.
There's been so many issues.
It's up to you. I'm happy whatever you do. Just make sure you maintain compliance. Don't stop charging it. Don't stop paying for it, because at that point, all we're going to end up doing is issuing a warrant for your arrest. $100 donation to the Houston Food Bank and 30 hours of community service. Give children. How many kids you got? I'd rather, instead of the community service, do a parenting class. I think people would be better served with doing a parenting class and just mindless, dumbass work on the street. Forget about it. No. You're better served learning things in this life than to just do menial work. The idea is that you learn so that you don't come back and that you don't graduate to felony status. Because then, I'll tell you what, this is going to be hard on you. But when you end up with a felony on your record, it closes so many doors. It's unreal. You lose the right to vote. You want social services from the state. Forget about it. Not when you're a convicted felon. It just closes so many doors. So you need to do everything in your power to prevent that from happening.
Most judges would have assigned highway cleanup or some other form of manual labor. This judge just declared war on what he called mindless, dumbass work. By swapping community service for a parenting class, he's sending a powerful message. The defendant's biggest debt isn't to the state, it's to his 5 children. This is the core of the judge's philosophy. He's not trying to fix the crime, he's trying to fix the man. He sees the potential for a destructive cycle and is intervening directly, using his authority not just to punish, but to teach. He's gambling that becoming a better father is a more powerful motivator than any fine or community service. But this path to rehabilitation comes with one final, crushing price tag that could make it all impossible.
How do you plead to this? You said guilty? How do you plead to this? All right, I'll find you guilty. I'll send you to this agreement. One more thing is there are fines and fees that you're going to be required to pay. There's a supervisory fee that you're going to be required to pay for this DWI. It's a $6,000 fee. We will give you time to pay it. I give him 2 years.
We did discuss, he makes a good salary, but he's got 5 children. So I don't know if the court would consider waiving that or.
So what we typically do is we give him 2+ years to pay it, and it ends up being like $100 a month. Just don't stop paying it, What I'll do is I'll waive the court costs.
Fabulous.
Okay, and so that'll take off like $500, but you'll have to pay the supervisory fee. It's a lot, but we'll give you time to pay it, and don't stop, because if you stop, we will issue a warrant, and your butt's going to sit $100 for every 1 day for every $100 you owe. Hopefully, this is enough to get your attention. Because at the end of the day, you're walking out of here when you should be doing jail time.
Right.
So it's going to cost you a pretty penny, but hopefully that's enough to get your attention. You understand?
Sure.
Okay, man. Good luck.
Thank you,
Thanks.
appreciate you.
Sure. Oh, yeah, I have to suspend a license.
No, and that's,
I'll do it for a year, and then, show me that you're good. I'll entertain an occupational later on if he's doing well and in compliance with the probation.
sounds good. Thank you.
This was never just a sentencing for a second DWI. It was a methodical, psychological, and financial dismantling. We watched as the judge stacked one impossible burden on top of another. Strict probation, a surprise $500 a month monitoring fee he had to take over, and a mandatory parenting class. Then came the final blow. A staggering $6,000 DWI fee, followed by a casual, last-second, one-year license suspension. The defendant walked out of the courtroom without a jail sentence, but he is anything but free. The judge constructed a financial prison, a high-wire act, where this man must somehow keep a good job to pay for it all, without the ability to drive to get there. It's a controversial strategy, a high-stakes gamble on whether immense pressure forces a man to become responsible or simply causes him to collapse. The judge is betting this man's future and the well-being of his 5 children on the idea that financial fear is a stronger motivator than prison bars. Was this a brilliant path to rehabilitation or an impossible sentence designed for failure?